How many of you have had church people that have come to you and they have told you something and they just thought you should have known? They cared about you, and so they thought you should be made aware of this. How many of you have had that?
All of us should have.
Now, my question is it a problem or is it a non-problem? When a church person do it, a person who is saved like you, they come to you and they tells you something that is going on with someone, whatever, and they just felt like you should know. Is that a problem or is it a non-problem?
That's a problem.
Why is it a problem?
It's a problem because, in the first place, you're a church person now. You shouldn't come to me and tell me nothing about, say, Lot or Michael. You shouldn't come. If you got something to say about them, you being a church person, they're a church person just like I am, you need to go directly to them.
Okay, so you're saying if I got an issue with Michael, I should first go to Michael. I shouldn't come to you.
No.
Okay.
You should go to him because the problem starts with him.
Okay.
It comes from him, so you need to deal with him on that. Then if you can't get no sense in him or with him, then you come to me and say, well, like I'm his leader or something. You come to me and you'll say, well, now since you're his leader, you know, I need to tell you about this in case you don't know. I don't know if you know or not. But you need to ask me, do I know, before you go to blabbing out something.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect, Queen. Perfect what you
Right.
just said.
I know I'm right on point. I'm hot tonight.
So, right. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So what we're dealing with is what is called PIMO.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose, intent, motive, and outcome. What is the purpose of you coming to me instead of going to the person that you have the issue with?
Right.
What is the purpose? Okay. What is your intent of that?
To do bodily harm to that person that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you wouldn't, why couldn't you go to that person directly yourself?
Because that's what the Bible said. The Bible said if you have an ought against your brother, go to your brother.
Don't come to somebody else about your brother.
Now you go to somebody else or to
If you can't get through to them.
right. So that comes down to the method or the motive.
Mm-hmm.
What is your motive? And also this is also known as method. Because sometimes, and I'm guilty of this, sometimes you may have the right intent, but you use the wrong method, or you use the wrong methods.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
And when I first became a pastor, I had the right intent, but I made a lot of mistakes because I was using the wrong method. But I had the right intent. In other words, my heart was in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to do good, but sometimes the way I went about it
Was bad.
turned not bad, but it turned bad. In other words, it had a negative outcome. Because we're dealing with PIMO, it had a negative outcome because I didn't have the full understanding of how to deal with it. So what we're teaching for the month of July is how to deal with the problem properly and finding a solution properly and transition from that problem to a solution securely and effectively. Because we want to learn from the problem. We want to learn. What are you looking at out there? Oh, we want to learn from the problem. We want to grow from the problem. We want to deal with the problem. Hey,
How you doing?
good.
All right.
So we want to learn from the problem. We want to grow from the problem. We want to learn how to deal with the problem, because most of the time when we're dealing with problems, we don't want them problems to come around no more, right?
Amen.
We want to learn from them, and we want to next time be able to rise above that problem. In other words, that goes back to the whole slapping in the face. If I got slapped one time by you, Queen, I don't want to get slapped again.
Amen.
Right? So I want to learn. I want to learn how to deal with you so that I don't get slapped again by you.
Amen.
Right? So we don't, nobody, I don't care how mean you may be or how big and bad, you know, that's something you've always taught me growing up. No matter how big and bad you are, there's always somebody better
Amen.
than you. That was one thing you always taught me that stuck in my head. Okay, so no matter how big and bad you are, no matter how wonderful you are, or no matter how saved you are, nobody want to keep dealing with the same problem over and over and over.
Amen.
That's if they're dealing with them. Now, if they're just sticking within the problem, they don't care. Because they done got so used to being victim mode. Right? That's those that be walking around. I say it like this. They walking around looking like Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Right.
Just all the time. Now, what we want to talk about two types of people as we getting ready to close here. We got the ones that stay within the problem, and then we got the ones that look for a way out of the problem, right?
Amen.
Yes.
Now, the ones that stay within the problem, what happens to them over time?
Get lost.
That's it.
They
That's
get
what I
lost.
always say. Yes, they lose themselves.
Right.
Mhm.
And they ain't got no, you know, no self-righteous or about themselves, no concern about themselves,
Amen.
no respect for
Mhm.
themselves.
Mhm.
So
Could
when
be
you
turned over to a
lose,
replicated mind.
Exactly.
yeah, and when
Exactly.
you lose
Exactly.
respect for yourself,
Exactly.
Mhm.
you can't respect somebody else.
And
That's
you
right.
just said the key thing.
Mhm.
People that operate within the problem, they lose respect for themselves,
Amen.
so they have no respect for you.
Mhm.
And those are the ones that generally becomes abusers.
Amen. Amen.
So that's when we transition from the problem into a bigger problem.
Amen.
That's when we start getting mental issues. We started
Amen.
getting spousal abuse, or we get people getting killed or raped or
Amen.
murdered. You know, all these problems. A little problem become a big problem
Amen.
because they want to stay within the problem. They don't want to look for a solution. So over time,
And a person that want to stay within the problem become abusive to themselves. They don't want to be abusive to someone else, they be abusive to themselves. Because see, they always say, well, they always thinking escape plan. Well, should I go take my life or should I bust my brains out?
Yeah.
Or should I cut my wrist? You know, something that's to get attention
Amen.
from others. So they think of all this kind of stuff like this. Their mind don't stay focused on, well, how do I come out of this, or how do I let go of this, or how do, you know, I walk around this.
Mhm.
They don't think like that. They just think, well, if I hurt myself here, that's gonna attract attention. Everybody gonna get
Yeah.
focused on me, so
That's what they
everybody
think.
gonna focus, come running to me.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, they go get in that little pity party, they feeling sorry for me. So I'm getting in this here destructive mode myself
Okay.
more.
Amen.
Because, well, I got to think of something else to keep the folks coming, keep them running to me, keep them, you know, looking down on me, patting on me,
Amen.
lifting me up, giving me praise. I'm starting to keep myself down, and I'm dragging them down with myself, with me,
Yes.
you know. So I mean, that's what I think now.
Yeah, Lord.
You know, like